welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm so glad to have you here, and I'm so happy to be doing this again with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so today I have a friend of mine here, and so she's gonna introduce herself to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi guys, my name is Lillian and I'm so excited to be here today and hope we have a good time and learn as well.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so as you know, this channel is all about making us become better human beings and loving ourselves while at it. So today we have something so nice for you. Like, we just found ourselves, thinking about this at the same time.
Yeah.
We all had this same idea, like where we were sharing about just what I'm gonna tell you about.
Yeah.
And today it's none other than the things we wish we would have known as young adults, or as young female adults. Things we wish we would have known as young female adults. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is what we're gonna discuss today. So let me start with you, Lillian. What are the things that you wish you would have known as a young female or a young adult female?
I think for my part, the part which leads, or the first point is, I wish I had self love. I wish I had a bigger definition of what self love is.
Yeah.
I wish I had loved myself enough, because now I look at the things that I did, which now looking back, I totally, honestly wouldn't
You
have
just
done
wonder.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me ask you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure some people are really wondering what self-love is. They keep on hearing this word, but they're not even sure what it means. What does that word really mean? So what does it entail?
I think self love in a nutshell is
Yeah.
putting yourself first before everything else, and prioritizing yourself. And figuring out who are you,
Yeah.
what are the things that you like,
Yeah.
and doing things every day, things that improve you.
Yeah, I think
That's
just basically
yeah.
asking yourself if you are comfortable about the step you're gonna take,
Yeah.
or something you're going to do for you or for someone else. If it's it's inside, okay, like if inside you are at peace with it and you're feeling happy about it, I think that is just self-love. Okay?
True, yeah.
Because most people will do things not because they want, not because they love it,
Yeah.
but for the sake of probably maybe
other people.
other people, how they view them and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think that's a clear view or how self-love can be defined.
Yeah.
So for me, one thing that I would really wish that I had knew as a young female adult is just financial literacy. Financial literacy.
That's a huge one.
Like, just how to save, how to invest, how to make money. Just those things. It's not even taught in school.
It's not.
I'm sorry, but even our own parents don't teach us.
I don't-
Imagine you
they
just
think they
you
don't
just
teach
figure
us.
it out for yourself.
Yeah.
You're out here, you've gone to school, you've got your job. You don't even know what financial literacy is. All you know is I earn my money and I pay bills. But that is just how how I knew when it came to spending of money and cash flow.
Yeah.
Okay. All I knew about was I get my money, pay bills. Get my money, pay bills. Like, there wasn't anything to do with probably paying myself, treating myself, and all that. So financial literacy, you guys, financial literacy. I mean, it's one thing that I feel I should have known as a young female adult. Probably even at the age of 20, I should have known about that. But
Actually, I don't think it's at the age of 20. I think it's very important to teach kids as early as 10. By simply like getting them a piggy bank where they can save coins.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can teach them how to, they give you a loan and then you pay with interest. Like these tycoon, these big families, that is how they train their kids from when they are young.
Yeah.
But then now we find we are completely clueless.
Yeah.
About financial literacy. I had a job in first year and I can tell you for free, I didn't save a dime.
So what were you doing with the money?
I have
What are you doing with the money?
just buying clothes, just a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is,
You couldn't even account for
it.
the money.
And the funny thing is, I used to give my friends money. Like I give like 10K
The way
for a
politicians
friend.
are doing
Yes.
right now because they want votes.
Yeah, because I
Oh.
don't have anything to do with the money, or I just didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so you
I
had
gave her
this-
10,000 to buy
yeah.
a carpet for her house.
Free.
Not free like as a loan, but you see, you're
Oh.
giving someone a loan who does not have a job. So when do you expect them to pay you back?
Yeah. So you,
And I'm
you really
sorry to say,
strained.
until today, she has never,
Never paid back.
She
Oh my
has
God.
never. So
I feel
there was
so
a lot of
sad.
money I just gave out money.
Yeah.
And looking back, I honestly wish I saved that.
I really get
that
you.
much,
I really
yeah.
get you because at that point, you have these lots of money you've just earned.
Yeah.
It's for your
And you're young and you have
and
no
you are young,
responsibility.
no responsibilities, and you're just like, what do I even do with? And there's nothing dangerous like getting money that you really don't know what to do with.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
always just getting out of your hands as it came in.
It slips off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is
Financially.
literacy. Yeah.
Aha, so on to our next point. Parents are always right. What do you think about that?
Parents, siblings, they are never every day right. Yeah.
Sometimes they can be right.
Yes.
But other times, and I find most of the time, they are not.
Most of the times they are not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we grow up looking up to our parents so much that we cannot imagine that they can make an error or a mistake.
Yeah.
But then once you're a young adult and you start growing your own identity and there are things that you want to do, and I think sometimes parents, as much as there's a thin line between love and fear,
It's true.
how I feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes they think they are doing something out of love, but it's really out of their
fear.
own fears of how they view the world.
Yeah, or how they made mistakes and they feel like you're also going through that path. And because of fear, you know, that is wrongly or falsely manifesting itself like love.
Yeah.
Now they even end up screwing up your life.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think for one of those, or sometimes it's their failures, or maybe a parent wanted to be a doctor so bad, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And so they realize they have to actualize their dreams through their children.
Yeah,
so they really force you to become a doctor, and maybe you're not even cut out for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to career picking, I think parents really have a say in it in a wrong way. Sometimes they don't even give you the opportunity to give you, to tell them what you want.
Yeah.
You feel?
Yeah.
For me, it's another fear of, I wanted to, like, job. All the time, I wanted maybe to have a job and come at to the cost. It was met with a lot of defense, because they were like, you know, it's too far, you're so far
like
from
me.
home. Oh, really?
You're actually like me. You can't even believe what really happened.
What happened?
You know, actually I lost a job while I was working at home.
Yeah.
Then my dad told me to go home, and he was like, I even prefer you working from a nearby place where you'll be coming home every night and every evening and going out every morning, because you'll not be paying rent anywhere and you won't be stressed about it. But I had a different opinion. And I was one of those kids, or rather those kids you always say are very level-headed. Like up to date, I just do things according to how I feel, not according to my parents or siblings' opinions. But I respect them so much. I hear them when they talk and say things, but I do as per my own as per my own decision, or rather how I feel I have to do it, right? So to jump back on my story, actually what happened, I got a job in the coast in Mombasa. Then, because I knew my dad will never allow me to get out of my home place, I just decided to travel without involving him. I didn't even tell either of my siblings, because I know them. I know them. I love you, brothers, but I know them. They'll always report. They are very protective. They are very protective, and I knew they'll still tell my dad, and I won't. So what I did, I just packed my things, my clothes, that is, traveled to Mombasa, a place I had never visited. And strangers were the one guiding me, that is to say, the colleagues that I have now. Then I got myself to coast with my clothes and nothing, and that is how I settled and started working. And can you imagine, for 6 months
You did not tell
I did
anyone?
not tell my dad
Oh,
where I
wow.
was. I
Really?
kept telling him I'm at work, but I never told him where I was. So when we had a holiday,
Yeah.
you know, the way you are given short work holiday. So when I went back home, I just got my dad and told him I need to talk to him. But I went with presents,
Yeah.
so that, you know, it's a way. It was a way to soften his heart,
Yes,
so that he doesn't, you know, feel like. So, you know, so I had to sit him down. So I had to tell him that, truly speaking, I've been working in cost. Kid you not, my dad had mixed reaction. He was shocked, he was mad, he didn't even believe, and I thought I will have a negative reaction from him.
Yeah.
But what I got from him was, he confessed that truly you've grown into a big lady. You've really grown into a lady. Because I cannot believe you came out here alone and you worked and still came back. But what really hurt him is the fact that as a parent, he never knew. So he kept asking me, how can the world know about this
And not,
and
but
not
did you tell
me?
him? Did you tell him it's because you had
Yes, I
fears?
told him, Dad, it's because I knew you'll come in my way. It's because I knew you'll come in my way, and most of the things when I tell you, you are always coming in my way in defense of,
Yeah.
you know, you are a girl.
Yes.
But then my dad, up to now, he tells me, you are a girl. You're not supposed to do this and that.
Ah.
Yeah. Because to him, he feels like girls are vulnerable, but I feel like he's too extreme on that. Yeah.
Wow. You know, your story is so similar to mine. So similar. And you know, it's funny because it's the dads. Because also on my case, it was my dad.
Really?
So I found a job at the coast, and the first person I called him. So I knew maybe they would to me. And so on calling him, he totally told me to my face. So is it to the phone?
Yeah.
That there is no way you're going to the coast if you're not, if you no longer want to work where you want to work. There is always home. Your mom will cook for you. And do you imagine you're a 25 and above year old,
Yeah.
and your father is telling you to
Your
go
mom
back
will
home.
cook for you.
Your mom will cook for you. And it was a much better offer than the previous job that I had. So by all means, I wanted to go there, and it was
Yeah.
an opportunity to grow.
I feel you.
But my parents, especially my dad, totally had a different opinion
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So I think there's a place that reaches where you really have to draw the line
Yeah.
between what your parents want
Yeah.
and what you really want.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, and rebellion at some point will pay off.
We'll pay off, but
will.
not the other rebellion.
Yeah.
Yeah, just rebellion that you know you are doing the right thing. Yeah, we are not advocating for you being rebellious and doing things that are self-destructive.
Yeah,
That's not our
yeah.
point. Our point is, if you really are sure about what you're doing and you know it's the right thing,
Yeah.
and your parents or siblings are coming in your way, boy, girl, just go for it.
Choose yourself.
Yeah.
Choose
And
yourself. Yes.
by the way, Lillian, you'll also see this when it comes to you having a partner,
Yeah.
or even a guy
Yeah.
having a partner. Sometimes parents sabotage relationships or marriages.
True. And
Yeah?
I think a lot of times.
A lot of
oftentimes,
times.
yes.
Because they want to live their life through you, and specifically the marriage life. What they don't understand is you are totally different from their generation.
Yeah.
And how you do things. So probably maybe your dad idea of a husband
Yeah.
should be type A and C, but you as Lillian, you are happy with this type D and A of a husband. So sometimes just do you, be you, and know what you want. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, parents' opinions matter, parents' advice matter, but
And
at
I
the end
think
of the day,
sometimes it's also good you listen to them.
yes,
Then you
yes,
weigh.
you
Yeah.
pick what is good
Yeah.
for you,
Totally.
and then the rest, you just see how to work on it. And even siblings, I've seen siblings sabotaging their
There are other siblings.
there are other siblings, marriages, and even partners,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth.
Like the sister-in-laws. And
Yeah, some of them are not good. You're not saying all of them are bad, or you're not even like, you're not out here saying that, giving a notion that they are evil people and bad. No, but some totally actually sabotage their other siblings, marriage and marriages. Sometimes you have to know that they are still human beings, and jealous is natural in some, and sometimes they can't even help it. And even, I can say they are not even aware that jealous is what is driving them to do some things.
Yeah.
So if you're level-headed like us, and you
Totally.
know what is another thing, guys, choices have consequences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Choices have consequences. You make a decision, be sure to get the consequence. Okay,
Yeah.
so you make a decision that is going to self-sabotage you, you'll be ready for the results that are equal to you having self-sabotaged yourself. So choices have consequences. Yeah.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think we are living in a YOLO generation. You know, you only live once, and I see a lot of recklessness
Yeah.
around, especially with the youth. Either they
Yeah.
drink too much, have
Yeah.
reckless sex,
Yeah.
and then they say like, you only live today,
Yeah.
and then they forget, you know what, your consequences will catch up with you.
Yeah.
So I think that's like, as much as we're having fun and we're living in the moment, it's very important to
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
that whatever decision you make today will
Yeah.
affect you tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
speaking of being reckless,
Yeah.
have you ever noticed? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but have you ever noticed that most youths
Yeah.
or young adults,
Uh,
they idolize sex so much?
Sana.
Like they can get it from anywhere, anyone. I just don't know
It's the big deal with
what's
sex.
the big deal with sex,
Ha.
really?
Now that I'm older,
Yeah. Some of them feel like they can give to you like food and take it back. Yeah, you know, who say that you are going to give me back and then take
I
it?
know, I know. And I think now that I'm older, I think it's self-love. As we said, I think
Yeah.
we've done a video before about self-love.
Yeah.
I think the more you mature up,
Yeah.
the more you realize like
Yeah.
how much worth you put on yourself.
Yes.
And there are definitely things you will not subject yourself to
True.
right now.
Yeah.
And I think now it's very, very important for
Yeah.
these youths to realize that like much earlier.
Yeah, and it is so sad that it is so sad that I came to. This is a true story,
Yeah.
and
Are
I
you
felt
sure
so
you
sad.
want to share it?
No, it's not about me.
Okay.
It's about a friend, and I felt so sad.
Yeah,
You know,
what
I used to have a friend whom the only way they can do away with their stress is by having sex. Yes,
Really?
yes. You see the way some people when they're stressed they go out, they drink a lot, and then they tell themselves, now my problems are over. Now this one will just go out and hunt for sex. So that is how he.
Is it a guy or a boy?
It was a guy. So that is how he used to get over his stress and things like that.
Wow,
And you
that's
just don't
sad.
know.
That's sad because
Yeah,
can you
it had
imagine
a
how
sad
many-
ending because him and the doctors,
What do you mean?
he got sick. Yeah, he got sick.
AIDS.
Because you can. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't want. Honestly, Lillian, I really didn't want to say that word in public, but you've just done it.
Just thrown it
You've
out.
just thrown it out. Anyway, it is what it is, and it is the truth. It's a hard core lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that choices will always have consequences. What you put out here will always yield results. Okay, so remember that in everything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be careful. Be careful.
Be careful. It's ouch. It's sad.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's
sad.
really. It's,
And you know, some things you cannot reverse some consequences,
Yeah.
and it will stay with you for life.
It's true.
So it's very good to be vigilant.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Totally. So let me go to the other thing that I wish I knew
Mm-hmm.
is not to conform to societal standards.
Just
I know that is very heavy.
Yeah.
Society tells us so many things about the standards of beauty, how a real woman should be
Yeah.
or act, you know,
Mm-hmm.
religion, how you
Yeah.
should, how we should pray. Like I just feel like there's
So much rules
so many rules.
formed by human beings, and at the end, or rather behind all those rules, is just someone trying to, have a selfish idea or a selfish reason over that.
I think it's
Yeah.
controlling other people.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So for me, I think right now it's to just follow your bliss.
Yeah.
There's a lot that society will tell you to be
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
People who have this are
Yeah.
like this. You know, you
Mhm.
cannot be beautiful and brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, there's
By
this-
the way, I hear that a lot. Like you can't be cute and have brains. So you find so many guys undermining cute ladies, or they just misuse them because
think
they
they're
feel like
dumb.
they are dumb.
And it's
Really?
sad.
Are you
It's very
God? Are you really God?
I mean, we're out here.
So does it mean that it's only ugly things that give good results? Are you trying to tell God that? she didn't have a hand in, you know, he's not supposed to create beautiful things. The earth is beautiful, and you know, I don't know.
It's sad.
It's weird, actually.
Yeah, you know, there are so many societal ideologies that you listen to and you're like, you know what, that's
This is
crazy.
dumb, yeah.
That for you to be a woman, you know how, you know this traditional form of womanhood. And let me tell you something, by the way. Parents, again.
Yeah.
I grew up being told that, you know, my sister is a perfectionist.
Did you grow around traditions in your family?
Well, not really traditions.
Yeah.
But let me say, my sister is the perfect wife material. You know this definition
So,
of
who
they
is a
love to
perfect
cook,
wife material,
love
Lilian?
to cook, love to clean.
Oh, cleaning.
And then there was
cooking.
me on the other hand. I'd rather read books or novels all day
Because you're just you.
and not really be bothered about cleaning.
Yeah.
So all the time, I just grew up being told, you know what, your husband will chase you away.
Oops.
And you cannot keep a husband. And to just be honest, I think it has eaten into put us all in mood. Yeah, so I was saying it has eaten into me so much such
Yeah.
that right now when I think about marriage, I fidget.
You start
Honestly, I
fearing because
fidget.
those words are in your mind.
Yeah, and I don't think, I honestly, and I don't even think I consider myself like a traditional wife material.
But
You
that
see
is so wrong.
that
You know why?
notion? Yes, why?
It's you know, it's something that they have stuck in your mind. So every time you get a man, you're just like, oh my god, it's never gonna stay because I was told I can't make a good.
Do you know,
Just simply
actually,
because I don't do this and that.
Yeah, I get so much fear. I feel like maybe you might be good in some things, but I feel like when I come to that part of being
Yeah,
a wife, I
yeah.
feel terribly. And that's maybe it's like
Been
a
fixed.
conditioning that was put in my
By
mind.
then it's a conditioning.
But I think I actually
Yeah,
believe that.
please breathe it
and
out.
I really-
That is not who you are. That is not who you are. Okay.
yeah.
That is
Because
not
you know
who you
what?
are.
I feel also that society has evolved.
Yeah.
Because when we used to think like a wife is a wife because she can clean and cook, and
Yeah.
sometimes I think there's so many other options.
Yeah.
You can get a washing machine to wash clothes.
Yeah.
And you just have to be yourself.
It's true.
So for me, I was compared a lot, and I was told I'm not perfect.
So let me just encourage you,
So
Lilian.
that's societal
Yeah.
standard.
So let me just encourage you in a true story about today. I've given so many true stories, but
It's okay. It's
I
all
feel
for learning.
I feel it is time.
Yeah.
So for me,
Yeah.
let me start with my mommy. I'm very close to my mom. My mom is the perfect example of a woman I would like to be to my daughter because because I've always been open with her in anything, even in any bad decision I've ever made. I'm always ready to tell her, where I've failed, and she's always there to listen to me without any judgment. Yeah. So my mom gave me a history of her marriage. My mom is of a different tribe. My dad is of a different tribe. And when they were getting married during that time, I want to assure you, traditions were that strong. Yeah, the traditions were that strong, and these two people came from different communities with different traditions. So there are things my mom did not know how to do. Their food she could not know how to cook, and so on and so forth. But I can assure you, my dad in his masculinity taught my mom so many things, including cooking of some foods. And my mom is so perfect in them right now. Okay? So I'm sure if my dad had listened to his family about the right woman to choose, my mom wouldn't be here with him, and they're together up to now. And I really admire their love. I admire how they treat each other. Like my dad has no ego; he just respects his woman. Yeah. So for me, it is very important to set your own rules and not to conform to societal rules, as long as you are happy, because these rules are made by humans. They had their own reasons behind it, rather maybe it was to control something. So you can always make your own rules, and these rules are meant to be broken. Yeah, so you can't tell me that the 1950 rules are applying now. No, things change, people change, generations change. So guys, that is what we had for you today. Do you feel like you said everything?
No, I feel like I have so much left.
Yeah, and I think
Should we do a
we should have a part 2. So part 2 is coming. So we'll be having a part 2 of this. Yeah, so I hope you learned something, and you can comment, like, and share, and also you can suggest more topics you love us to talk, you would like us to talk about, yeah, because we are going to do this for the longest time. Or am I?
No, totally.
Yeah, so
Can't wait to see you again, guys.
sure, yeah. So can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much. As usual, it's a bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.